I love that.
Greetings and welcome to Conversations to Thrive. My name is Vasi. I'm founder of the Thrive community, and I'm so excited to have here with us today Angela Johnson, nurse coach. She will be interviewing Sarah Lawson, who is a laughter yoga teacher, and they will be talking about laughter, how it heals us, how it helps us to thrive, and its role in the nervous system, how to support the nervous system using laughter. So I will turn the stage over to you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Vasi. Hi, everyone. I am Angela. I am a registered nurse and now board certified nurse coach. It does not mean I coach nurses. It means I've created the space, time, and opportunity to sit with people in their wellness journey and achieve their wellness goals. Specifically, I work with employees and employee wellness, meeting people where they spend majority of their time instead of waiting for them to find me in the hospital. I found Sarah and instantly fell in love with her premise and the way she just describes how joy was always part of the plan, how laughter is healing, how connection to both can propel you forward in your health in ways that you don't even realize. And just wait for how she explains it. I'm thrilled that she was able to show up and share with the community, and I just had to invite her to share with all of you. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, no pressure. I'm Sarah. I am from the world of holistic wellness. My journey started out with massage, craniosacral therapy, and then I learned laughter yoga along the way and instantly fell in love. I saw it on like a class menu and I said I love laughing and I love yoga. What could possibly go wrong? And it was a really new experience. And then I got certified and started teaching it right away. And then the journey just kind of unfolded from there. And I learned very much what I could do with this modality, taking people on taking people on journeys or just diving into the wonderful world of laughter. So I love teaching. I love talking about it. Um,
Hmm.
it's something we're we we are born doing, and I think it's often overlooked. I think we all know that laughter is the best medicine, but we don't necessarily ever think about maybe why or just diving into all of the juiciness. I know that we probably love hanging out with friends where we can just laugh all
Hmm.
the time and we don't even have to talk. So we know it's good. But then utilizing it more as a tool on a day to day basis and starting to harness it and cultivating it as like a day to day regulating tool or something to just remember that it's there when we're not having a great day or something like that.
Yeah. And I remember a statement that caught my attention when I first met you was this idea of laughing even if you don't have a reason to. I was like,
Correct.
yes, that intentionality to it that you're referencing was one thing that caught me for sure. And just the sense that laughing or leaning into giggles is childish in some sense, takes away from your journey as an adult, or is something we shouldn't be focusing on. Um, so for sure, I love that.
Yeah, we are in a world of seriousness, and I had a wonderful
Mhm.
conversation yesterday, and we were bringing up the cultural aspects and how different countries, different communities, different upbringings, laughter can be very, very different in different spaces. And coming from a world where we laugh at everything, everyone's really open hearted, even the hard stuff, they laugh about it, and it's just this really different atmosphere
Mhm.
versus being in a really serious, success driven. You have to be serious face in order to, show and prove that you're successful. So, and then like that lack of joy, that lack of ability to smile. So, it's something to consider, checking the surroundings of those kind of cultural norms. But basically, yes, using laughter as a practice, tapping back into that childlike playfulness. That's really what the laughter yoga that I learned is about. It's really accessing that childlike playfulness and wonder. Going back into that space, it's a very nonverbal space as well. So, laughter is really a non intellectual experience. It's getting out of your brain, back into your body, into your belly, into the vagus nerve, releasing all kinds of emotions. It's excellent for a cathartic release. So if we're finding that we're quiet all the time, we can't express, laughter is also a vehicle to like really open up that throat chakra, open up those channels to just emote. If anyone has ever passed a playground, what do you generally hear? Tons of screaming, tons of laughing, just very loud.
Mhm.
And I I noticed it the other day. I'm like, adults don't really get that opportunity to just have a space to be super loud and be in that space for a long enough time. Usually, if we're loud, it's because we got really angry and we need to just tell someone off or just get it out of our system, but then we move on. It's not
Mhm.
like a playground of emotion. So yeah, laughter is
Mhm.
multi-layered. So I like to define it with all of those things in mind versus just laughter at a YouTube video or a comic stand-up comedy show one night, or just with a certain group of friends. I found that once I started like giving myself permission to laugh, so part of my story is I actually got made fun of my laugh a lot. And so that was something I dealt with as a kid. That people would mimic me in like a not nice way, and things like that. So, um, going to laughter yoga really opened the doors for me to kind of embrace my natural childlike self of being silly, being loud, just being able to laugh. And now people compliment me on my laugh. And they're like, your laugh is so contagious, and it's so cool to
Aw.
have like such a shift with that. And where was I going with this?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so once I like opened that door and there was, that permission to laugh and be in that space, I notice I laugh like all the time. And I will now when I hear people laughing, I will laugh with them. I'll be like a few feet away or something, but like your ears and eyes kind
Mhm.
of open to the world of laughter again. That like even if you're not necessarily in the joke, laughter creates laughter. Laughter is contagious, and or if I like do find something funny on YouTube or whatever, there's more permission to laugh and just keep going with the laughter, even if it wasn't that funny. That's going to be a catalyst for just deepening my own,
Mhm.
you know, time with that, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah. That makes that makes a lot of sense. I know with my life shift and moving to Greece and a Greek island and the whole premise of lifestyle changing, I love the lifestyle medicine and what you can do in your everyday rather than taking medication and all of that. But a big part of that is community and connection. And like you're saying, permission to laugh. And in the community that I found here, laugh with other adults. And then you're just looking around a room. It's like, wow, we're just adults trying to figure life out day at a time. And we deserve to feel this too. And we can find joy in each other. And we can jump off a pier into water. And we can do something silly and laugh hysterically, like you're saying, to the point where it's just crazy sounds from all of us and some like nothing super funny, but it's just the amount of contagious joy in what we're doing that changes you and it reminds you that this is something we all deserve. It doesn't have to be earned. It doesn't need to be something we do, like you're saying, with specific people or behind closed doors. Um, and I love the part of joy being part of a lifestyle change that we all have access to and we all deserve it.
Yes. Yeah, joy is the baseline. After being in many, many healing spaces, when you go through something deep and cathartic and powerful and blah blah blah, you kind of come back to this neutral space. But I have found that there's I don't know when I do the laughter stuff, it's back to joy. It's back to that soul glistening self of pure love, pure
Mm-hmm.
joy, and that the motions and experiences that we have are just, things that we go through, kind of like a child stubbing their toe, right? They're playing, they hit their toe, they start crying, and then they go back to
Mm-hmm.
playing like nothing happened. So it's building up that resilience again, because if you're full on that joy, the things that come and kind of crash you, you can move through them more easily
Mm-hmm.
and go back to that baseline. Um, so like I said, after being in some healing spaces, the joy part, it was still a little bit hush hush, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no, we need more joy, and like, permission to let our hearts get big and full and share.
Mm-hmm.
um, but something that you mentioned that I really wanted to tap into was, like nothing matters anymore when you're in that deep space of joy. So what happens
Mm-hmm.
is, in that belly, when we're getting those really deep belly laughs, that's where our serotonin is made, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins. When we're laughing, we're quite literally making our own cocktails, our happy hormone chemical cocktails, and we shut cortisol off. And so the high that we're feeling is, you know, the lack of cortisol, but also the big influx of all the good hormones that we want. And so there is like this bliss state, and there's this bliss state that we can continue to access. So even if we're having a bad day, if we're using this as a tool and we're practicing laughter, then that muscle and channel gets built so that when, you need to kind of shift, there's already a channel, uh, dug out, so to speak, so that you can practice laughter and then get to those
Mm-hmm.
spaces to create that chemical deliciousness and kind of shift your state pretty quickly. I know when I've been in
Yeah.
a not so fun, laughter is quite literally the last thing I want to do and talk about. I will time myself, and I've done that in the car a bunch. I'll do more of a timer to practice laughing, and something overcame me one time, and it turned into like this hypnotic, you know, like my body was just looping on itself. It wasn't really a brain activity. It was like this body just going through the motions, and I felt very different afterwards. I still wasn't, my brain wasn't totally on
Mm-hmm.
board yet, but there was some deep there was something deep happening
Mm-hmm.
there, and it was super cool. So, there is this ability to just kind of shut the brain off and let your body heal. So, kids laugh 300 to 400 times a day. Anyone want to guess how many times adults laugh per day
50.
on a good day? So I think the statistic, yeah.
I say five,
Oh,
5 or 10.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I think the statistic is like 12, but if you're doing really well. So, kids are laughing all the time, pretty much at everything, but they're also laughing with their whole bodies. It's not necessarily an intellectual laughter. So, Angela, when you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about being with your friends, you're in that giggly state. You're just like in the experience, you're in
Mm-hmm.
your body, and the laughter is coming from everywhere. And that's what generates like that really juicy stuff that we like. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you further explained kind of what that looks like for you, even because I was going to ask for myself, what a laughter practice actually looks like. How can you incorporate it without it feeling like just another thing you have to do? Because we all hear about cortisol, it's all the buzz these days, and we all want to reduce stress and whatnot. But I liked your take on it because laughter and joy isn't normally at the top of people's lists. I think it's easy to say, find something that brings you joy, but what at our core is laughter can we just start with? What do we already have access to?
Yeah. And that's what I definitely am in that same mindset. It's, when people say find your joy, but you're not feeling it, you're blocked, you're detached from it, you're
Mm-hmm.
numb. We have to put shells on and masks on and shut down so we can kind of
Mm-hmm.
survive and go through the day. And that's what I That's what I love about laughter. It really breaks open that shell. It really kind of sheds those skins that we put on, and it really opens our heart in a really big way so that we can feel. And it's really a remembering. It's a very deep remembering of who you are, what you love, feeling, expressing, being in this world in this joyful place. And I just find, that it really is the catalyst for all of these other things that people love to talk about, but it's hard to do in practice. And I just find that laughter is really like the practice to get there. When people talk about gratitude, when people talk about, finding your joy or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and what was I gonna say? I forgot. Ha 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 ha. Um, uh, but what I do
Maybe what
remember,
it could look like.
yeah, I think so. So I know for me, it also, my experience when I was learning it too, one of my aha moments was, this, being the creator of your life. And I was
Mm-hmm.
we were in the class and having this experience, and everyone was laughing and I wasn't laughing, and I'm like, why am I not laughing? Like, what's wrong? Whatever was going on in my head is like, why am I not laughing? Why am I, what's wrong with me? Why is everyone, are they laughing at the same thing and I just don't get what's going on? It was like, it was a whole moment. And then I literally opened my mouth and I started laughing, and then all of a sudden I was laughing with them, and it was like this very cool experience of like having the immediate power of like creating. And one of the tools that works for me in that way is that, like, so if you want to join me in it, on the count of three, we're just gonna start laughing. Are you ready? It's a choice. We're getting over what it
Okay.
looks like, what it feels like, but it's the choice to just do it. And the great news about the laughter is, if you choose to do it, guess what? You're laughing, and it feels pretty good. So, do you want to try it? Okay, so we're gonna just start with like a chuckle. So like a little smile and a little chuckle. Okay, ready? One, two, three.
That's a longer chuckle.
As long a chuckle. Okay, we
Why are you
can
so
do.
good at this? Why are you so good at
I've
this?
been, I've been practicing. Okay,
Okay.
so we could roll our shoulders just a little bit. Vasi, if you want to turn your your microphone, it's nice to hear lots of laughter. Okay, so just take a moment, take a deep breath, get a little bit loose, shake your hands out, and then as you're doing that, just make any kind of noise, like the. Great. And then we'll do a little bit of tapping on the heart. Okay, and then we're gonna go and do this one. You ready? We're gonna open our hands and then letting our head go back. This one is really great for opening the heart. So, ready? One, two, three.
I like that one.
And
My whole
then
body feels it. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's
and then
crazy.
and then in laughter yoga, we go like this. Very good, very good. Yay! Very good,
Good.
very good.
Very good. Very
Yay!
good. Very good. Yay.
And that helps us
I'm
remember
gonna
that
use that.
childlike chanting and
Hmm.
silly. That's usually what people remember the most, actually. Do you want to do some more? Do you have any more questions? How do you
I was gonna
feel?
say it immediately brought me back to like and like your favorite 90s movie where they're just like this in the middle of the street or on the top of a hill or in the middle of
The
nowhere, like in the middle of the
Titanic.
road, just happy. Just happy. Or on the edge of a boat. Yes, we'll go with that. But that's where it took me back to. That's like uh this genuine, just like excitement or zest for life, in a sense, which felt
Yes.
nice. Mm.
Yeah, for me, it makes me think about how contagious laughter is. Like if somebody is just laughing a
Mhm.
lot and you have no idea what they're laughing at, it just the fact that they're laughing makes me want to laugh. Somebody was doing that at church just like a few days ago. And she went off. She was just laughing and snorting. Like, and we, then like a bunch of other people started laughing. It was, yeah, something that caught her a funny bone. Um, and it didn't really catch anybody else's funny bone, but her laughing made everybody else laugh.
That's amazing. I love those stories so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and it
And
seems like
then there's
that's
this
part
whole
of the,
theory
oh,
too,
sorry.
where with children especially, it's like if your kid. Oh, sorry. My bad. I was gonna say it's this whole. I think I'm a little delayed. This whole theory with kids that if they're loud and boisterous at home, that's because they feel safe enough to kind of live in those moments that you're describing. So that takes me back to that too. It's special.
Yes. More on that, the kids stuff. School's a really common place for laughter to get shut down, and in other spaces for laughter to get shut down. And so I think, again, depending on what cultural upbringing, what kind of home we have,
Yeah.
getting those parts of us shut down very quickly early on, that's part of a lot of people's stories. And so this permission to express and kind of
Mhm.
refine that again, um, is very powerful. And then, for anyone who is a parent and they want to connect with their kids more, or, just have a little bit of a good time, or, whatever the reason, generally just following what kids do is laughter yoga. They're already in like a flow state. So just like mimicking what they do, or, even giving them permission to be loud and boisterous for, whatever amount of time works for you and your family. But if they're in a playful mode, just like all of a sudden just mimicking what they do can go a really long way. Play is a very, very powerful educational tool on so many levels. There's even things called
Mhm.
play therapy now, but kids
Mhm.
are generally born with the ability to just be in these states, but we, have different circumstances that can, change that. And so this
Yeah.
is one way back into that world of connection and laughter and joy and, permission for emotions, or, emotional health and mental health and well being and things like that.
Yeah. And I think that's a big part of why we chose to change our lifestyle because we were busy doing the work things and the life things that, we thought we were supposed to be doing. And a lot of time for the kids stuff. It brought home a lot of stress, like we were saying. It brought home cortisol. And what we don't want is a kid happily screaming, not that I like saying that a lot, but so there's some circumstances where that's not something you can lead into or encourage, depending on what you're bringing home from a long work day, and things like that. So being here and having more of a flow state to how we're going about our day, what we have time for, like you're saying. Staying up late having a dance party doesn't sound so crazy when you're able to tap into other parts of your well-being when you're not overwhelmed with cortisol and stress and having to be somewhere. That's really special.
Any other thoughts, questions,
Wow.
more laughter?
Just I just love this. I'm here for more laughter. I love the way you talk about things. What we were saying, I'm when we spoke yesterday, she described what she does as shifts and giggles. And I was just like, this. People need more of this. People need more of this.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
doing
I'd
it
love to
even.
go through another round and show them what you do.
Yeah, and so I'll put this in. Laughing by yourself is great. You can build that muscle, but laughing together, when we're sharing that space and we're able to feed off of each other, we have these mirror neurons in our face. So when we see a happy face, we can start rewiring for that as well. Um, this permission to have different facial expressions besides this very serious whatever, you know, whatever your surroundings are.
Yeah.
um, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Let's do another one.
All right, let's start with just shaking our face out, getting our jaw nice and loose and our brain nice and loose. So it's just gonna look like the.
I can't make that sound.
That's okay. And then you just, bring it down into the shoulders again and just get that shake. All right, we're gonna tap our chest and we're gonna go hee hee. Oh no, what happened? Okay, we're gonna tap our chest and go hee hee. We're gonna tap our bellies and go ho ho. And then we're gonna tap our thighs and go ha ha. So hee hee, bellies ho ho, thighs ha ha. We're gonna speed that up. You ready? Hee hee ho ho ha ha. 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 Hee hee ho ha ha. And then we're gonna do it like in super slow motion. So we'll go hee ho ha
Oh.
Again, he ho ha. Okay, and then we're gonna speed it up as fast as you can. You ready, set, go. Hee hee ho ho ha ha. Hee hee ho ho ha ha. Hee hee ho ho ha ha.
Hee hee ho ha. Hee hee ho ha. Hee hee ho ha. Hee hee ho ha.
Very good. Very good. Yay.
Very good. Yay.
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 All right, I feel like doing another one of those heart ones. So we're going to start from one side and we're going to go ha, ha,
Uh-huh.
You can do the other side if you like. Ha, ha. And then we can do like, what's that? What?
But this is gold. I'm so happy.
Oh, yay. Okay. And then
This is gold. I love this.
We're going to do some lion laughter, so that'll look like And then we're going to take our binoculars out. And you're just going to look around your own room and you're going to go, wow. Whoa. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Wow. And then go ahead and take a look at us. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello.
Very good. Very good. Yay. Very good. Very good. Yay. So one of the reasons we do that little chanting is whatever game that we're in, it tells our brain that it's like that one isn't going to last forever. So, people will find different games difficult. People have different reactions to the same thing. So that is like a little pause in the action to like break up, some of that. Okay, how about a silly face off? So, Angela, please make a silly face that we can all Copy.
Like, I might still be able to do this one from when I was little. That was all the rage. Got my glasses back on.
It was
Look
all
at
the rage. Okay.
that.
Noise. All right, my turn. Bossy. Angela.
We're still going. Uh, I win! I win! You're welcome.
Okay. Vasi. Awesome. And in laughter yoga, we do something called gibberish, which is an excellent brain dumping situation. So this one just looks like a bunch of blabbering. Vasi, if you could turn your mic on for this one, that would be super helpful. It's just gibberish. So we're all going to talk and we're all going to share, but it's going to sound like this. Or you can go blah, 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 blah. Get it? So on the count of 3, you're just going to let it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So now, because we're in an interview, why don't we go around? Vasi, go ahead and ask Angela a question or I can demonstrate it. Angela, ask me a question in gibberish, and then I will answer in gibberish.
Okay.
All right, Vasi, may I ask you a question? Sneaker flaggen ifini sneaker bu fabribibu? Wow.
You win that game. You win that game.
Vasi, you want to ask Angela a question? Good. Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Yay.
Yay.
Very good. Very good. Yay.
Very good. Yay.
And so one of the other things about laughter and emotions is that, you can laugh with the emotions. So we're going to do some happy laughter. And then we're going to put a sad face on and laugh with that. So and then you go back into happy laughter. And then angry laughter. And then we do forgiveness laughter. What about shy? What about shy laughter? And then we're going to do very quiet laughter. And then on the count of three, we're going to do super loud, the most obnoxious laugh you have. You ready? One,
See what I got.
2, 3. And then scared laughter. And then like everything's cool man laughter. Nice. Okay. Shake that off.
Wow.
Very good. Very good.
Very
Yay.
good.
Very good. Very good. Yay. So then we can end. So now that we're warmed up, now that you have some laughter in your bodies, we're basically going to take like the next 2 minutes, and this is your time. It's called laughter meditation. There is no wrong way to do it. You can get comfortable if you like. But really, this is just 2 minutes to do whatever you want. To laugh any way that you want to laugh, to breathe, to listen to the laughter. So it's an integration period, but it is also a space to continue and explore, if you will. So kind of challenging yourself or listening to your body and doing nothing. All of them are good. So on the count of 3, we're just going to be like in our own worlds, but more together, kind of doing our own thing in the laughter realm. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah
And then we're going to just quiet and be in silent space for integration, reflection. You can close your eyes. Breathing deeply. Noticing what your body feels like. If your breathing feels different, if your face hurts, just noticing whatever it is you're noticing. And a couple more deep breaths. movement. And when you're ready, just coming back to the room, coming back to your body. I feel tingly. What are you noticing? How do you feel?
I guess I'll go first. I just feel like I could conquer the world, and I want to share this joy with everybody. Those are like my initial.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, stop. Nice.
I just feel really awake and alive and just, a mix of like
Hmm.
nervousness and excited. It's just like,
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
awake,
Good.
energized.
Yeah, yeah. I can see how doing that to start my day would give me kind of the equivalent to like a coffee or things that we equate needing versus that genuine, like you said, rush within ourselves needed naturally. Yeah, I just feel alive and awake and ready, like what you were saying, Bozzy. Like what do they call in science? Like the energy is kind of all compounded and ready to go somewhere. That's how I feel.
Awesome. What else are some of your takeaways? What else would
Mm.
you want to share with your people?
Well, first, I really wish I could give you like the biggest hug because I think
Oh.
what you share is just so refreshing and so needed, especially in the world that we're living in right now, where people are so disconnected from other people and from themselves. And I enjoyed this time. Also, how can people find you and experience this from you?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, my website is www.giganticgiggles.com, and I am working on some virtual offerings. And but the more people reach out, the more I can create too, and create something
Hmm.
for what people are looking for. But we can definitely make online Zoom classes on a regular basis for sure. When people can reach out to me,
Hmm.
we can do one-on-one things, and then if there's groups available, then I can come and we can do groups because in-person groups are very juicy. Yes,
Where the magic happens.
it is.
Aw, no, I love that. And like you said, even just getting the word out that this is an option and accessible. So even if it's just hopping on like an Instagram live with me and we giggle so people join and then they just know to expect it as a regular thing. Yeah, I'm all about supporting lifestyle changes and bringing back things we have the power to choose and change. So I think this is truly, really powerful. And I'm glad we met
Yeah.
randomly
Yes.
like a month ago. This is really
Yes.
special.
And I will say there are a lot of free resources out there for laughter. So if that is something people need, it is
Mm-hmm.
available. And then if people want to work with me and we can create a community too, that would be so fabulous. Because I would love to be doing this like every day. Wouldn't that be lovely?
I know. And you mentioned in person. Where are you located? For
I'm in
any
Maryland.
to meet
I'm in
us.
Maryland. Um, and I'm happy to
Maryland.
fly out to
Okay.
places, retreats, or we can create something. And but yeah, things are possible.
Wow. Taking
Yeah.
laughter on the road.
Yes, the
Wow.
laughter tour.
I'm here for
Yeah, and I think there are a lot of
it.
school communities
Needed.
that there are a lot of school communities that you can probably like be a guest in and do a class just like this. And yeah,
Okay.
you're obviously welcome to do it
Hmm.
in the Thrive community as well. But yeah, sometimes it can be hard for people who are in the virtual world to show up to a live event. But Yeah, I think there are a lot of places where you
Mhm.
can spread the joy and spread the laughter. And yeah, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing this with our Thrivers and um, yeah, and Angela
Mhm.
being like excited to do this, to interview you, and it's been so much fun. My takeaway is that that you can really have an embodied like connecting experience in this virtual world because it can be hard to feel like you're really like feel that
Mhm.
zest, that you can feel in live groups. It can be challenging to recreate that in a Zoom
Mhm.
call. But I felt that like I feel more connected with the both of you. I feel more
Mhm.
alive and energized within myself. So I think that's
Mhm.
really cool. And I can imagine just how much more and how much bigger
Mhm.
that is in an in-person event.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really, really good point. And while you were
Yeah.
talking, I remembered something else. So the biggest life hack, the biggest secret is you can make anything into a laughter game. So if you're washing the dishes, if you're drinking your water, you can literally turn anything with
Mhm.
into a little bit of a laughter. Brushing your teeth, driving the car, they we say to laugh at red lights, or things like that. So you can kind of choose your little touch points as like a moment to just go, you know. It doesn't have to be much, but it starts to kind of generate that. The choice is there, and it can be easy sometimes, or a lot when we practice it. so so yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mhm.